will talk about welcome
Yes,
to all
sir.
of you. I have the pleasure to give some information about mechanization and its effect on world agriculture. So, as you know, all we are of the same profession, and one machine that has revolutionized the world agriculture, and that is tractor. So, available in different sizes, depending on the agroclimatic zone, requirement of the country. So, when you talk of mechanization of the world, there are different scenarios. So, in the first slide, I have given a glimpse of the mechanization scenario. So, here you can see manual labor. And typically, you see a woman, most of the work, difficult work are done by the women workers. The next is animal. Here is a group of workers, and very important is transplanting operation all over the world. All rice growing countries, they face this difficulty. I tried to put one transplanting slide, but could not do it. Anyway, oh yeah, it is here. It is here. This one transplanting. Transplanting by women folk by putting a rope. Two persons are standing, one at this end and another at this end, and there is a rope. So they put the seedlings in row. Then tractor came. Then this is a power tiller, paddy harvester. This is combined. Then different types of tractors. You see, this is the one, last but one slide. Air conditioned cab, tractor with air conditioned cab. I think those who are abroad, they might have seen frequently. But when I was a student, we did not see this. And even combine we saw on the picture, photograph or line diagram. And the latest trend is drone. You see the drone here. So it is a very important item for improving the agriculture to a large extent through efficiency and high productivity. I will discuss later on about this. So this is a glimpse of development from the manual to the latest technology involved in agriculture all over the world. These small machines like this paddy harvester, it is from Japan. And the large harvesters, those are in this is German and USA. The harvesters are very big in size, horsepower wise, and the capacity also is very high. So we go next to the start it. So I welcome all of you to this today's discussion and hope you will have patience and enjoy it. Whatever a little knowledge I have gathered in my last 40 years of experience in the involvement with profession and colleagues regarding to agricultural engineering. Okay. Now I am working as a professor in the agricultural engineering department of GIFT Autonomous. And I am here for the last 5 years as a emeritus professor. because this is the first college under BPUT which started B.Tech Agricultural Engineering under BPUT. So I am happy to say here also Mr. Biswajit, Professor Pal, and Dr. S.K. Mohanty, they are also in our Board of Studies. Now this has become autonomous for the last 1.5 years. So autonomous Board of Studies is there, then academic council like our university.
PhD.
So next we'll move to the world agriculture at a glance. You see, I try to collect information. Agricultural GDP, 16% contribution to our GDP from agriculture. Workforce is 49% or 50%. And mechanization level in percentage, 40%. This is 2011. Okay. And this mechanization index horsepower per hectare, 2.22. 2011. After that, I could not get any information. China also, this is the information, 7.5 GDP contribution to GDP, 35% workforce, 50% mechanization, but it has improved. We'll see later on. And 8.42 horsepower per hectare. Others, they have not, there is no research paper or data on this line, mechanization index. So other informations are there almost, and something has changed, we'll see later on. Yes. If you look to this, you see our stand, India here, India. Here it is 17.4% GDP, contribution to GDP. Population involved 56% and mechanization 40%. What we got in 11?
What a
Same. Then coming to China. Okay, any problem? Hello? Any problem? Okay, coming to China. 8.6% is contribution to GDP. Then 63% population involved in agriculture. 38% mechanization. Somewhere it is, this is information. World
ବିଶ୍ୱଜିତ ଭାଇ ଟିକେ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟୁଟ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ସାରଙ୍କର ଛାଡି
mute kar dam, ଟିକେ disturbance hochi. Then in Russia, okay. In Russia, it is GDP contribution is 4.7%, 15% population involved in agriculture, and mechanization level is 80%. Then coming to Western Europe, GDP contribution 5%, 4% workforce, 95% is the mechanization level. Then coming to US, GDP contribution, you see, it is only 1% from agriculture. 3%, but recent it is around 1.1 or 1.5, maximum 2%. Some information comes, but this data gives 3% population involved. 97% of their all unit operations are mechanized. Then Brazil, 5.5% GDP contribution, 17% population involved in agriculture, 75% mechanized. These are most of the countries we got the information. I will give you some information about other countries, how they have developed mechanization also. So this is for sake of the definition and meaning, all that. I need not discuss it here. But conclusion is farm mechanization utilizing technology and engineering in agriculture. So that is why in 1905, the agricultural engineering started to apply all principles and practices of engineering for enhancing the efficiency of workers, enhancing the efficiency of the system, and increasing the productivity and production. Next is objectives. These are all you know. We'll not devote more time to this. Last point, ensure that even small-scale farmers can access and benefits from mechanization. I remember sometimes 2000, around 2000, the professor of statistics, IARI, no, Indian Statistical Research Institute, Kalan, he defined that 1 acre land is not economically viable for agriculture, either to manage, feed one pair of bullocks or a family of 5 members. But today it is different. Today there are a lot of changes. Even half acre, if somebody uses properly with technology and practices, efficient practices as per recommended package of practices, enough to get 12, 15, 20 lakhs per year. Benefits, these are all you know about this. Importance also, limitations, small holdings. But small holdings limitation has not been a constant in Japan because they have developed their machines to suit to the small size. Say, if you remember and recapitulate, 2-row rice transplanter operated by women, gasoline engine, petrol engine, lightweight, and um, you must know also the very difficult operation or unit operation is rice transplanting in rice production. If you compare all the operations, transplanting is very, very difficult. That is why no male worker does that. All female workers all over the rice growing countries, Japan, India, Korea, China, they do this. And if you remember the field practicals you have seen, the lady or woman worker stands in a puddle field, and the field is puddle for technical reasons. And she has to walk behind, cannot move forward because putting the seedlings in the front, moving forward, and bending posture. And if you remember that mechanical engineering aspect, bending position without support on your knees or your legs is most expensive, energy expensive. So they are subjected to that. So that is why in 1899, Japan started working on rice transplanters. And by 1972, there are about a lakh of rice transplanters working, small, not large, 2-row, 4-row. Maximum is 2-row, 4 rows. But now this 8-row also come from Korea, Japan. Mechanization in action. The past, present, and the agricultural and future. That we'll cover here. Past was hand tools all the way. Now we are in robotics, and drone has come. And agricultural mechanization is not just about machinery, it is also about the introduction of technologies and innovations, including the interface of human and machinery. Now, that is why earlier we didn't have the concept of human engineering and safety. It was only for the sports, Olympians. this human engineering are considered how to improve their efficiency, get gold medal in Olympics or national, international events. But somehow from 83 onwards, in our country also we have started now almost all colleges, agricultural engineering, human engineering course is taught to the students. Then evolution in the field, agricultural mechanisms from beginning to farming to the present day. Okay, that I saw, so I have shown some of this. This is manual power, human power, then animal power replaced by tractor. So I have shown you here the harvester, but tractor is the most important. That revolutionized the world agriculture. And if you look into the tractors of USA, very big, but tractors of Japan and the Southeast Asian countries, they are small, 20 horsepower maximum. There is no 30, 35 horsepower tractor. But in India, we have all this. We have small holdings. In Punjab and Maharashtra, large holdings. So we fit to the world situations. So sometimes it is told ଭାରତରେ ଯାହା ନାହିଁ ନ ଦେଖ ମାନେ ଯାହା ଦେଖିବ ସାରା ପୃଥିବୀରେ ବି ସେଇଆ ଦେଖିବ. It is also related to agriculture. This is a very important point all of us should know. 60 days to cultivate a hectare of land using a hand hoe. 60 days. Maybe some deviations, but it's a normal calculation made somewhere. Then approximately 3 days with a draught animal power. A pair of bullocks, 3 days to cultivate once. When you take a cross cultivation, another 3 days. Third one, for potato and this sugarcane and high value crops, you have to have better pulverization, so 9, 12 days. But in a tractor powered cultivator, harrow, or seeder, it is less than a day. Even it is one cultivator, you can use 1 hour. 4-inch depth cultivation once, it is 1 hour by a 9-10 cultivator. So these are the difference between the hand, manual power, but with the growing up population, we have to dispense with the manual power as an energy source. But this manual power is very important as a decision maker. How to make the farm profitable, how to produce organic, how to produce healthy foods, and make available to the people. So today we are thinking of nowadays revolutionizing the agriculture through precision farming, smart machinery, because everybody has a smartphone. So if you want your irrigation in the garden, kitchen garden, or your field, how to control with this phone also. You interlink to sensors, and some of our students in GIFT, they have also done this for drip irrigation and also measuring the soil moisture content of the soil. Then mobile apps. Mobile apps, we have developed a mobile app for the KVK mushroom growers of Satyagopal. So all information, including practical package of practices, production, and linking to the market for marketing of this. Everything is involved, given there. That was developed by us at GIFT, but that is the ownership lies with the KVK Satyagopal because they paid us for that development. Then all these things are available, starting from the human labor to drone, but not equal to each country. So that is why you see there is a lot of variation all over the world. Like developing countries, often the greatest source of power is manual. We have 50%, 55%, China also around that. And take the sub-Saharan Africa, 80% manual labor. Then small scale subsistence farmers in developing countries are there. Then tractor use per 1,000 farm workers in different world regions. So you'll find a great deviation in that. As the world stands now, the need is sustainable, the mechanization and digitization. Then only you will be able to produce. And SD, that's development goal. Sustainable development goal 1 is food security. Goal 2 is free from hunger. So where from it will come? Who will relieve these two? Who will give relief from these two aspect of this development goal fixed for the world? Only agriculture. And if you remember the basic needs of a human, what is the basic need? When we get up from early in the morning until you go into the bed, so food, shelter, and clothing. Food, clothing, and shelter. These are the three basic needs. And of course, now shelter, if you can say, it is not coming from agriculture, but in the beginning it was also from the agriculture. Thatched roofs, those are materials from this. But now with the development, we are getting concrete structures because of the development. It's all right because we have to go with the availing other things, but food, clothing, and shelter. Clothing also, some chemical fibers have been added. And if you want and go to the market, you say, I want pure cotton, you will get it, but you have to pay a higher price. But with common people, at a lower price means mix of cotton and chemical fibers. Then development of mechanization, digitization, and automation is necessary in response to the decreasing percent of the population employed in agriculture. I think almost all of you have seen when you are a young man or coming to college in your own field or village, people are involved. So my parents' age, workers were available. They were coming to our fields and working and getting their remunerations. But nowadays it is not available. Employed in people, somebody is entering the high school, he cannot go to agriculture. He cannot do any agricultural operation. So that is why it is shortage of manpower. And now some statistics, it has dropped globally from 45 to 30% last 2 decades. But again, I feel in Odisha also it is more, not 35%. 10% decrease. It is absolutely. Now you won't find anybody to work for you in your field in the agriculture. Then value addition, that is also one aspect. There is a very good information available. You can see here. If connectivity infrastructure is available and accessible to all, in particular remote rural areas, the industry could tack on 500 billion in additional value to the global gross domestic product by 2030. Okay. This is McKinsey, Center for Advanced Connectivity and Agriculture Practice, 2020 information. So everybody too has depend on agriculture. So that is the importance. And here I feel those who are reading agricultural engineering, they should also feel what is the importance of agricultural engineering. Because many times I tell our students, you can work better in Infosys in their agriculture division for all softwares developed for agricultural improvement than a computer engineer. And you will be happy to know in 2022 pass out, two of our graduates, they entered Infosys competing with computer science, electronics, mechanical, and seven were all in other software companies throughout the country. Pune, and then Ahmedabad. So that is the scenario. So I think as alumni, we must emphasize and make our students aware of. This is a very important profession you have entered into. Though not present, students' response is not very encouraging. Then sustainability. Here you see the Sustainable Development Goal 1, no poverty. Sustainable Development Goal 2, zero hunger. The world leaders, policymakers, they are thinking of this at a lower level, at our state level, district panchayat level. We are thinking different. We are not giving importance. People are not aware of this. But those who are the upper layer, topmost layer, they think of there should be no poverty and no hunger. And this only can come from agriculture. Then gender gap, it is also has to be reduced because another information is here also. Closing the gender gap in farm productivity would increase global gross domestic product by 1%, nearly 1 billion, 1 trillion US dollar. This would reduce global food insecurity by about 2 percentage points. Percentage point means if this year it is 17%, so it will come down to say 15%. And this is very important. Nearly gender gap, if we reduce that gross domestic product of the world taken together, will be increasing by 1%, which is 1 trillion US dollar. So how to realize the full potential? These are the points. In leisure time we can go. I think time is short. We cannot take up all these in details. More agricultural innovation and technology, mechanization for rural development is essential. These are some of the important publications of FO I have cited here. All these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, safe and correct use of manpower, use of power machines. Want to talk about power machines? You say sprayer, knapsack sprayer. In our third year, we are taken to a village where now the Odisha Engineering College has been established. And Professor Ellen Karo was the extension professor who took us there. And in our third visit, we were surprised, we were very grieved to see that one person has expired because of the unsafe use of the knapsack power sprayer. He was working in the direction of the wind. Instead of opposite to the direction, he was working in the direction. So he inhaled everything and died in the field itself. So that is why use of information communication technology tools for tractor hire services in Africa. This is a FO publication. This is equal, very important for us also. Then training of manual and small scale mechanization service providers. USA, there are a lot of development. 20th century, sweeping change in agriculture, tractors, combines have come on large farm, huge air-conditioned tractors, combines costing well over $1 lakh can cover first area in relatively short time. Irrigation system also like Israel, they have mechanized it. They are controlling through these sensors or smart devices. USA agriculture is highly developed, highly mechanized. Now recent use is IoT. We have to do that. USA, they are using very large size combine, you see. This is a combine harvesting the crop and putting the grains into the trolley of the tractor moving side by side. This is another tractor field cultivating the field. This is a very large one also. There are 300 horsepower, 400 horsepower like that. In our country, we have developed, mechanization is there, but we have not achieved. It is up to 60% in some situations. Tractorization displaced mainly bullock labor, but up to about 60%. But now at present it is almost no village you'll find with bullock cultivation, almost tractor, and power tiller in Odisha also is very limited. Then gross income per hectare of an average tractor-owned household was 63% higher than the bullock home. It was long back. But in Odisha, after the super cyclone, the animal power has gone, and it is now time the animal power should be used for milk production, because we are also sort of per capita milk as compared to world standard or Indian standard also. Then Government of India has started sub-mission on agricultural mechanization. It's a very important component. And here the aim is to increase the horsepower per hectare, 2.5 kilowatt per hectare, 2.5 kilowatt per hectare. So, lot of facilities are being given. Here also saying of the subsidies pattern. In the centrally sponsored schemes components, the Government of India will give 60% of the cost of the state's share and 40% is state share. All except northeastern states and Himalaya states. Northeastern and Himalaya, it is 90 and 10. And in Union Territory, 100% financed by the central government.
Sir, can we close into another
Yes,
4
yes,
minutes?
yes. Okay. I have given here, you see Odisha, farm mechanization Odisha. Let us see these slides. This is the visit of the then Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister B.J. Patnaik to our college in October 94. He was very interested. He was very much interested for mechanization and categorically told agriculture, give me 10 agricultural engineers to be entrepreneurs. But unfortunately, all our efforts were in vain. And here you see this tall gentleman, most important person for Odisha. This is a farm machinery demonstration in 3rd November 94 inside the assembly premises. Actually, when he came to college and discussed about farm implement mechanization, he wanted whatever the implements you have, show us. So I suggested that we'll show in the parade ground in front of the secretariat. So he was so annoyed on me. You want to show to this highest people? Who are they? So a person like a man of his personality when says something. So it was done inside the assembly. He told it has to be done in the assembly. You see the point. Assembly people's representative, they should see. Then that time there was a young gentleman, MLA Tikayat, I remember the name only. And he told us, we have so many things there. And this is the first combine harvester we purchased in CAET in 2003. And cost was 9 lakhs. Actually, we did not have, state government didn't have money. It was ICR money. ICR supported. And first combine in Odisha, in CAET, OUT. Then after 2 years, second was purchased by OUT for Gamaripalli Park. So these are the developments. So I think this is the important all of you should know. 1991, the sale of farm implements in Odisha was 40 lakhs. 2002-3, it was 5 crores. Then this year, it is 1200 crores. 1200 crores, including subsidy. Then Africa, Thailand developments have been given because we are short of time. I will not discuss. And the countries, the government takes interest. What for will do it? How will do it? But that emphasis has not been in our country and major states. Punjab has developed, Maharashtra has developed. So, and you'll be happy to know now we are the largest manufacturer of tractors in the world, more than 3 lakhs, which was held 7-8 years back by USA. So future machines, you see how big machines are there. This is a drain cleaning machine, tractor, cleaning the drain. This is corn harvesting, corn harvesting. See, this is cabbage harvesting combined, cabbage harvesting. So, and this is grain harvest. These are the things to come in future. And for small holdings like our state, Japanese harvesters, power tillers, and low horsepower tractors. But low horsepower, 20 horsepower tractor was not success. We did not succeed in our state. Models. There are two different models. Let me see this. With this, I'll end. High land area to farmers ratio. Example is USA. And that model is being followed by Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, these countries. Low land area to farmers ratio is Japan. And that is followed in South Korea, China, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, and Philippines. And Japan is supplying, Korea is also supplying machinery to other countries. I think now this is drone. If you have heard the Prime Minister Modi before the elections, 1 lakh drone Didi in India. Drone training will be given to 1 lakh unemployed women, youth to serve the agriculture. So with this, I think I will close it. So thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you, sir. That was really interesting. And most interestingly, I do not see a single question in the chat box, which means that people were so engrossed with your talk that they have just missed out putting their questions in the chat box.
Anything now somebody thanks.
Yes, I was coming to that. We can take questions now. But before we start, sir, I just wanted to touch upon a point. I raised this point in the morning today also, that given the small holdings that we have in India or in Odisha, how effective will be the new trends like drone or precision agriculture, precision irrigation, or whatever?
Okay.
How effective
very,
or
very
efficient
nice,
will it
very
be?
nice. Practical question. You see, drone, how it will be effective. Drone, at present, it is to be used for fertilizer application, and disease control. Now, if you remember a few years back, there was a chocolate poco or disease in paddy. So when that was affected in the first day, very difficult is farmer to identify where it has started. Second day he went and saw half acre affected. Third day 5 acres affected, and within 10-15 days entire area has been affected, thousands acres. But now drone in 25 minutes time can cover 1 acre of land from a close distance through its camera. So it can find out where is the change in the field. If the area is normal, not normal, so it will take snaps, and our agricultural scientists, mostly entomologists, they will identify what is the disease, pest, or what is how it is, and precisely drone will go and hit that place and kill that area. If it is affected by 1 square meter, it will destroy 10 square kilometer, 10 meter square, so that the entire paddy field of 1,000 acres is not affected. And regarding small holdings, now service centers, agro service centers, and Apical is giving a lot of importance to agro service centers. So small holders, they can take advantage of this agro service on higher basis, everything. Even in Japan, you can see the rice seedling growing is an industry. I want basmati, this variety for 1 acre. So they will come with that seedlings and transplant in your field, and work is over. Similarly, these things has to come. But 5-6 years back, Government of Odisha also introduced this. Those who will do by transplanting machine, they will get subsidy. But it worked for 2 years in this Puri district, but now it has not taken up. I think I am clear to you.
Yes, sir. Actually, my point was like, you mentioned 1 lakh drone didis. Now, drone didi means they will be trained and they will be using drones. But who will be the user of those
User,
drones?
yes,
Because
yes,
the
yes,
small,
I'll tell.
sir,
Very nice,
the
very nice.
the
And
farmers are
now,
so low. I mean, each farmer cannot go and get the
no,
drone,
no, that
hire
is
the
right.
drone because
You are
it will
telling the
not be
practical
effective
thing,
for him. Yes, sir.
practical aspect you are telling. Now, Government of India is giving drone free to SUs. One drone is costing about 8.5 lakhs with camera and spraying systems. So OUT has got 5 drones in KVK, Nayagad, Sakhigopal, then Jagatsinghpur, and Mayurbhanj, Baripada, and Sonpur. So I visited last month to uh, Nayagad, and there I saw they have demonstrated the control of DG or fertilizer application to 500 acres of land belonging to number of farmers. So this was a demonstration. In that they have shown what was a crop after this fertilizer application, liquid fertilizer, the crop health has improved. And the disease, whatever was the disease, particularly this brinjal is very popular in Nagad. And they have also demonstrated the use of pesticides to control the disease. So after a few days, they have seen it is better, growth is better, fruiting is better. So this way it is being done demonstration. But coming during current financial year, as I understood, funds are being provided to train also farmers to use this or this drone disease. They will be trained. So OUT has got a center for that. We had one drone in our college, CAET, but because of the flying zone restrictions, It cannot be used in Bhubaneswar, 25 kilometers periphery, and that has been given to Dhenkanal. So this will be very helpful. So we should now focus and convince our students. You take out just like advance or better application of technology. We should know. We should not depend that only the electrical people they will go by drone. We have to understand also. Okay, thank you.
Lakshmikant Naik, he has a question. Go ahead, Lakshmikant.
Yes.
Lakshmikant.
Might have gone for cricket.
Okay, no, he's there. Lakshmikant Naik.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Sir, this is Dr. L.K. Naik, 96 pass out batch. Thank you, sir. Very informative talk. Sir, presently I'm working as the head of the division in National Institute of Natural Fiber Engineering and Technology, Kolkata. Sir,
Nice.
regarding this mechanization, that farm mechanization, we often seen that it has penetrated into different crops like cereals, pulses, and oilseed, but not so much in fiber crops. If you take the example of jute, cotton, some of the primary crops up to harvesting stage, the mechanization is very less in these fiber crops. So, sir, with your vast experience, can you please elaborate what are the reasons behind this?
Reasons behind regarding fiber crop. You see,
Yes.
in our Kendrapada and adjacent areas, jute was cultivated in large areas.
Yes, sir.
And we are one of the important state as far as jute is concerned. Okay, but that has now stopped. And in jute, if you have marked the unit operations involved, that processing, those are very, very difficult things. Earlier, we have also tried Jute Research Institute, Kolkata, to develop certain how to get the fibers, put it in water for how many days, experiments have been done, but that has not become successful. But now things have changed. Funding has come. Central government is also funding the research institute, providing adequate thrust on the, particularly if in your institute, if you like, we can go discuss with the farmers what are their points, why they are not doing it. But jute is very important from one aspect, I will say. In 90, 80, I went to Calcutta Silk House and purchased one silk saree. And when I inquired to the people there, they told it is not pure silk, jute fibers are there. So you see, silk is costly. When this jute is mixed with that, the cost also becomes the cost of the silk. So this is a very good substitute. And pure silk sometimes is not acceptable for daily use. So both sides, it gives a good income to the farmers. And if you like, we can discuss, go to your institute also, find out how you can go for study these operations where people want technology. Unless they're convinced, they will not accept it. So that is
Okay,
why
sir.
it
Thank
is.
you, sir.
Sir, there is one question.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not able to get the name of this person. The question
Hmm.
is, what are the developments of farm mechanization in respect of pulses, millets, and ground? I think it's groundnuts, which are
Groundnut.
widely practiced here.
Hmm.
Please go ahead. Yes.
Pulses, millets. Millet thresher we have developed. Our college patent has been given for millet thresher. So earlier we are giving importance only to rice crop. So all these equipments available at present confined to rice. Now ragi thresher have been developed. Again seeding. So depending on the need of the people who are working. If you remember, Professor Santoshananda was working groundnut planter. We collected groundnut planter from Ikrishat, Hyderabad, and tried in our this Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, and Balasore side. So it was successful. Again, it depends on the person who works. And Professor Nanda was very serious, and he went to field and talked to the farmers, demonstrated. He found any difficulty, he also tried to remove those things. So that has to be taken seriously and in a, what do you say, manner to help the farmers.
Okay.
We may
Sir,
not get any benefit.
we have another 4-5 minutes. Rahul, I think your question was in line with what I asked. So I will just hold that a bit. Rudra, you raised your hand. So if you have a question, go ahead, please.
Yes, yes. Namaskar, sir, once again.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Namaskar. So, how do you foresee the growth of application of artificial intelligence in agriculture in India? Do you foresee?
Oh, very nice, very nice. Most
Because
important.
if you see our Facebook posting, I think Professor FC Das or someone had posted a number of things.
Yes.
Out of them, some are actually the very nice application of artificial intelligence. How do you foresee it will grow in India, or we will basically?
No, artificial intelligence will be used also. Like say, drone was not used. It was only used, if you remember, 2000. In
Correct.
marriage, any social function, drone was used for photography, video recording. But now drone is coming to agriculture. Similarly, artificial intelligence, I told the innovations are to be taken into agriculture so that we can get better products, high quality products, artificial intelligence, then your supply chain management, IoT application. These are very, very important. We have to, now we are also teaching the students coding, then Python, so that they will be able to apply these things. And artificial intelligence also will have a very important role for improvement in agriculture.
Okay,
Artificial
Rahul.
intelligence and machine learning, because I think only in GIFT we have introduced from the last 3 years artificial intelligence and machine learning course, which is not in CAET also, in ICR system. Okay, thank you.
Debashish has one
Just
question.
one more
Okay,
question,
okay,
very quickly. How far we stand if we think of CAET in terms of patenting farm machinery products in India? What's the rank of CAET in India, if I ask, in a very generic term? I don't need an absolute figure. Like say, for example, within first top 20 or first top 10 or something like that.
I think I'll just go back to one slide. Yes, farm implement machinery sale in Odisha. 1991, it was 40 lakhs. Okay. So why it was 40 lakhs? There is a reason behind it. 50% subsidy by central government. So our implement factory, which is now converted to Odisha Farm Machinery Research and Development Center, located in Satyanagar, it was implement factory. Very well known in Bhubaneswar and all over Odisha. It was 40 lakhs. So I have seen also sometimes 3 shifts people were working, so that the 40 lakhs worth of implements will be produced, manufactured and distributed to farmers. If it is in 3 months, over 9 months we are free. But if you have seen that slide, when Biju Patnaik came to our college 3 times, October, November and December, we had a demonstration of 15 implements, starting from the mold, iron plow, bullock drawn, then sickle, Nabin sickle developed by Bhopal. It is nothing very important, but because of technology, because of application of engineering, it was more efficient. And the blade was of high carbon steel, and it gets sharpened as it cuts the crop. But farmers facing what is the difficulty? If they go to the blacksmith, he will take 2-3 rupees that time. So 5 times means 15 rupees, and the cost of the sickle is 15 rupees. But this self-sharpening sickle, once it was shown in that exhibition, and immediately it was given under subsidy, and lot of things, lot of large numbers were also supplied to the farmers through our Department of Agriculture. And 2002-3, because of our efforts, actually implement factory was converted not only for producing 40 lakhs, it was a research center that time, 2095 onwards, to take up prototype development. So in the college, we developed one paddy thresher operated by one electric motor, 1 horsepower electric motor. And it was sold like hotcakes. It was costing about 7,000, and we provided the Compton Gibbs motor. Some people are interested to give low cost, but I insisted no, give quality so that farmers will not face. So the implement factory was developing 100 prototypes. First batch 10. Then it will go to different farmers field, OUT farms and government farms, and feedback, then refinement. So then in 2003, we purchased the combine harvester. Then through central schemes, we got the paddy reaper. So these are the items which were introduced. And from Bhopal, we got also this sunflower thresher that was manufactured in implement factory and sold to the department. So now 23-24 March, 1,200 crores is the farm machinery implement sale in the state. But still there is a long way to go ahead, because now drone has to come, and artificial intelligence application, IoT application. So we need a lot of funds. And if you take on the pan India, we stand at one point, I felt we are equivalent to PIU Ludhiana, even Kerala Agricultural University, because we got a scheme from the central ministry, agriculture, Minister of Agriculture, for training of the farmers, demonstrating training and creating awareness about among them about minor repair and maintenance. And that target for number
Sir,
one
thank
has
you.
Sir, we are running out of
Sir,
time.
thank you so much, sir. I
And
got your answer. Somebody is
Prabhat
raising
Babu
the
wants
hand.
to
Some
come
others
in.
are raising the hand. Please address
Yes,
to
sir.
them. Yes.
Prabhat Babu, please go ahead. Devashish, I'm sorry, you'll have to take your question in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Prabhat
Okay,
Babu, go
okay.
ahead.
I just want to add something to the question of the person working in Jute Research Center and to Dr. Swain. We have developed dal mill in our implement factory, and that is being sold. We have
what we have developed in implement factory?
Yes, we have developed means
The
we have
yes.
manufactured. We have manufactured it, and we have manufactured pulse thresher, and we are selling it in the state. Similarly,
Pulse thresher, yes.
Similarly, jute extracting machine, its name was something else. Sangram was dealing with that. Sangram Swain, jute extracting machine. What I cannot exactly remember that name, but it was a jute extracting machine. किंतु हमरो जेहेतु जूट कଳ जोटा थिला हमरो धानमंडल रे बंद हे गला एवं प्लास्टिक रिप्लेस करी गला सब जूट बैग गुडा को एणु आउ जूट उपरे जूट चाष भी आउ नाही सर जो कहले केंद्रापड़ा बा ए कटक साइड रे जो होउथला जूट मानसून रे एलोंग विथ दिस पैडी सेटा आउ जूट चाष नाही एणु ओडिसा रे
ନାଇଁ
वर्तमान आउ
ନାଇଁ sure ନାଇଁ
एणु
କିନ୍ତୁ it has
ओडिसा रे आउ
more
जूट
importance.
उपरे एणु आमे ओडिसा रे आउ जूट उपरे कोनोसी मेसिन तयारी करू नाहु किंतु जूट एक्सट्रैक्टिंग मेसिन संग्राम स्वाई आउ डॉक्टर स्वाई थिला बेले मध्ये से माने आनिथिले सेटा कोन तार नाटा मोर हठात मने
ନାଇଁ
पड़ले
ନାଇଁ ସେ
Thank you,
ଆଉ
sir.
ବିଶେଷ ଆଗେଇ
अब-
ପାରି ନାହିଁ ଆଗେଇ
କିନ୍ତୁ
ପାରି ନାହିଁ.
ଡାଲ
Sir,
ଆଉ
we will have
ପଲ୍ସ
to
ଯୋଉ
close now.
କହୁଥିଲେ କଣ ମେସିନ ଅଛି ମୁଁ କହୁଛି
Sir.
ଡାଲ ମିଲ୍ ଆଉ ପଲ୍ସ ଥ୍ରେସର ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମ
ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ
ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟ୍ରିରେ
ଦାଲ ଯୋଉ
That is
small
fine, sir.
ଦାଲ
Can I close now, sir? We are running long, but we are way ahead of our time now.
okay. No, no, if some question, it is only
So we can
8:35.
continue. We can continue in the WhatsApp group. If anybody else has any questions, please. I asked Devashish Pati to put his question in the
No, no,
WhatsApp group,
I will just
and
ask Rudra.
Dr. Swami will definitely answer that.
I
Thank
will
you very
ask
much.
Rudra.
I just want to point out one thing, that we had 29 participants at the peak, and it has now reduced a bit, but this was a very interesting topic, interesting discussion, and I personally felt that a lot of new people have joined this time, and that is very heartening for me as one of the organizers of this series of talks. Thank you very much. We will meet next time.
Thank you, thank you. Just I will ask Rudra.
Sure, please go.
Sir.
You are in Japan. You see all Japanese condition regarding holding, farm holding, crop, similar to us, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So how we can tie up government level?
आंकर सार लैंड होल्डिंग होची बहुत कम काहेकि ना जापान इज नॉट ए माने सेल्फ सफिशिएंट कंट्री आंकर सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी रेशियो होची मात्र 20%. माने द कंट्री द व्हाटएवर अमाउंट ऑफ फूड दे प्रोड्यूस दैट कैन फीड ओनली 20%, that can meet only 20% of the food need, except rice, because rice they don't eat others rice. They are self-sufficient in rice, but rest of the things they import a lot. So Japan, little bit land holdings, because 70% of the land of Japan is forest area, mountain area. Then out of the rest of the out of rest 30% they have the habitable land and little bit agricultural land. So that is why they go for heavy mechanization, whatever little land, intensive mechanization to do. So I have seen actually like one person doing everything in a field. In our case, we see a number of people actually working in a field. I have forgotten many things in the field of farm machinery, but out of my own curiosity, I see one person doing everything: plowing, cultivating, harvesting, the combine harvester, many things. Because workforce is less, that is why also another reason that they have to go for heavy mechanization, intensive mechanization to meet at least even 20% food self-sufficiency.